Jack did well and got Nicola Willis to admit to the decisions that they're making are a choice. So let's have a listen to this conversation. And this is about, from memory, I think they call it fiscal drag. Like, even if you have a tax cut, that only brings it up to a couple of years beyond when the last tax cut was. So to actually get it current, to be fair today as it was in 2010 sort of thing, there's the thing called fiscal drag. And so Jack's like kind of having the conversation around why are you not bringing that drag right the way to today? Like, let's say it's been 14 years. So you've come forward about 5 years. What about getting it up to current day? If you're going to do this, why aren't you doing it properly? That's a bad summary of the conversation, but that's what they're talking about.
But if you feel so strongly about the injustice of not having adjusted tax brackets, will you as Finance Minister commit to automatically indexing tax brackets?
No.
Why not?
Because that's not the policy of the coalition government.
Why not?
Because
but you believe that it's been unfair that we've allowed that fiscal drag, so why not have automatic indexing?
We didn't campaign on that. What we campaigned on was making
an campaign on a bunch of stuff.
This is really important, right? And the reason I really wanted to play this as my main clip to play is that they're saying because we didn't campaign on it, we're not gonna do it. Now, Chewy, I know that your point is you also didn't campaign on Smoke Free 2025, example. But what they're actively telling us now is we're not going to do what's best for the country. We're only going to do what was talked about. Now, then of course they do the opposite because they do what's not talked about, Smoke Free 2025. But it's like getting the answer wrong both ways. You didn't campaign on Smoke Free 2025, but you did it. You did campaign on adjusting it. Why don't you make it exact? Because we didn't campaign on changing it all the way through. But what they're starting to do, and I said this to Chippy, is they're starting to talk about we made choices. Chris Bishop did it last week, and now what we need to do is remind them of what their choices are. But they're starting to say it.
Year of office, and we've done that.
I know what you campaigned on, but as Finance Minister, what's the problem with that idea?
Well, it's important that I deliver on my commitment to get the books back in balance.
I understand what commitments.
It is important that I do
but
that.
I want to know what your philosophy is as Finance Minister. Why would that be a bad idea?
Well, my philosophy is to get the books back in balance, to reduce the amount of government spending as a proportion of the overall economy, to get that debt tracking down, and to tax people fairly.
Yes.
And if we grow this economy faster, which is the goal of all of our policies, then we should be a wealthier country that can continue to adjust tax brackets. But I first need to do the things we were elected to do.
You don't have a position on indexing tax brackets, is what you're telling me now. Well, but just a moment ago you said no.
Well, as the Finance Minister, Jack, my position is the government's position, and the government's position is that we are not indexing tax brackets.
Why not?
Because it's not been our policy.
And why is it not your policy?
Because New Zealand can't afford it right now.
And the truth shall set you free. And why can't you afford it right now, Nicola? Why can't you afford it? Does it have anything to do with $3 billion going back to landlords and $14 billion with the tax cuts?
And that's the message. Would $3 billion help? Probably. It'd help a lot of things.
I felt $3 billion down the back of my couch and I handed it to Nicola Willis. Would they do it? Would they fund the cancer treatments? Yeah. The truth will set you free. She said it. We can't afford it. Why can't you afford it? Because of landlords.